Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Hurts now from the gun. Taken in by Smith. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Receiver in motion, headed right. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the 1st. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get the game's first point So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Milton Williams making the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Toss play. This is Walker. Broke through the tackle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Seahawks at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st down, Smith to throw. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Forced out to his right. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
Well, as a quarterback, I hate to assign blame to the position, but on that one, you just got to throw it away for an incompletion. We still need to give credit to the defense, no question, which helped flush him from the pocket in the first place.
Smith on 3rd and long. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught, it's Saquon Barkley. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought down by Reek Woolen. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. This one finds Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Hurts throwing again. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So that brings up second down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Hurts trying again on second down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Putting a receiver in motion. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Darius Slay with the stop. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.